What is going on, Turtles fans? And yes, we are back again with another Turtles video. That is because PlayStation Underground released a bunch of footage today, and I wanted to talk about their video that they released on the PlayStation Underground YouTube channel. But before we get started to that, make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell turned on if you guys are a Turtles fan like I am. So yes, tons more footage today with the Cowabunga Collection, and I am pumped. I am stoked to finally get this in our hands. But you know, one thing I wanted to talk about is the visual enhancements, because I can notice them right away. Right when I started watching this video, I noticed it with the NES collection, with the NES games, is the lack of no flicker. I don't see any flicker in these older games. And the reason why PlayStation Underground showed these is because, especially when you're playing like Bebop and Rocksteady, there was a ton of flicker. So when you're playing like the boss fights in these old NES games, there was a ton of flicker. So much so that your character would disappear sometimes. I mean, it was bad, and the frame rate was it was terrible. But it looks like to me from this footage that they cleaned it up, that it looks a lot better, and I am stoked. Like right here, the arcade version. If you were to emulate the arcade version, it would be, I mean, it runs okay. It runs okay. Let me just make that point. But it's going to be optimized now. It's going to run a lot smoother now, and that is great. I'm glad they're taking the time and putting the effort into making these games just that much better. Because I'll tell you what, guys, if you've never played these old beat-em-ups or even the NES games, they're fantastic. They're really fun. And if you've been playing Shredder's Revenge, you will jump into this collection with no problem and have a great time playing with your buddies at home. You know, playing 4-player co-op on some of these games is really, really fun. So yeah, I'm stoked that the visuals are improved. That is great. Also, they did show in this video that there's going to be some really cool concept art. So I'm stoked to see that coming to the collection. I know they've done that on the other collections, but I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan, so it's going to be really fun looking at the old concept art when they were creating these games back in the 80s and 90s. So another thing I wanted to talk about in this video too is them mentioning the release date. Now, the release date is still not official, but they did say later this year. Now, what does that mean? We're, you know, mid-year right now. So are we getting it this summer? Probably not. This fall, maybe, but I'm thinking more winter time. That's just my personal opinion. I hope I don't have to wait until winter, which would be like, you know, November, December months, maybe, but it will be later this year. So hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, it'll be fall right after school starts or something like that. That'd be excellent. I'd be stoked, be pumped to finally get this collection. So I don't know, guys, some cool news came out of the PlayStation Underground YouTube channel and them playing this game today. Like I said, the flicker is very, very minimal. I don't even see it right here in this footage in Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. This game flickered really bad. Not as bad as the first one, but this game definitely flickered pretty bad, especially when there's two characters on screen, two turtles on screen, and you're playing a boss fight. And then right here, the Game Boy games, as you can see here, the frame rate looks a lot better. It's not as slow, and it's definitely not as flickery, I guess that's a word, but it doesn't have as much flicker as it originally did. I mean, I have these games, I have these physical games, and I play them every once in a while, and they don't play very good. I mean, they didn't age very well, you know, especially the Game Boy games, but they're still really fun, and it's going to be nice to have, you know, the visual enhancements, probably some filters, you know, the CRT filter I'm sure will be there, you know, the color change for the Game Boy versions hopefully will be there, so that'll be pretty cool, to where you could change it to that ugly green, or if you want to do the black and white, you know, so on and so forth. But the frame rate and the getting rid of the flicker is going to be excellent for these older games, because even though they didn't age all that well, they're still really fun, and if they look better, that's great. That's great news in my book. So anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below what you think about this new information for the Cowabunga Collection. Are you just tired of seeing trailers and ready to play this already? Because I know I am. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. You know, I think it's going to retail for $39.99 across all consoles, so PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, and then obviously the Nintendo Switch and PC. So yeah, guys, I'm stoked. I cannot wait to get my hands on this, like I said. And hopefully we get a release date sometime soon. I mean, when I saw this pop up, I was like, finally, yes, a release date, a concrete release date. But they didn't announce a release date. Total bummer. But they said later this year. So what does that mean? Fall, wintertime, you know, near Christmas? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But just have to wait until later this year, which is kind of a bummer. But anyways, let me know in the comments below if you guys are pumped and excited for the Turtles collection to play all 13 games. I did post a video, I'd say maybe a month ago, where I played all 13 games. So if you wanted to go over there, take a look at that. I think I played a couple minutes of each game. Then you can kind of get an idea of what those games are all about. You know, all 13 games are all about. You can see footage from every single game. So yeah, go take a look at that video. It's doing actually really well. It's my my highest viewed video ever, so it's been great. And you know, it's exciting to talk about the Turtles collection because I'm a huge fan of this series. So anyways, guys, I will see you on the next one. I'll let the footage roll. Enjoy the rest of the footage, and yeah, I'll just see you on the next video. Bye.
You